For years, probably your whole life, you've been told to stretch before you play, right? But what if that's all wrong? Today, right here on The Explainer, we are going to untangle the science of stretching to reveal what you really need to know. I mean, think about it. For decades, the advice has been crystal clear. Hold a deep stretch before you exercise. But what if that seemingly healthy habit, the one we've all been doing, is actually hurting your performance? Okay, let's dive in. You know, we all stretch with the best intentions. We're trying to improve, to get better. But it turns out, doing the wrong stretch at the wrong time doesn't just fail to help. It can actively work against you. Let's put a number on this because this is wild. Research shows that static stretching, holding a stretch right before you do something athletic, can slow your sprint time by up to 1.2%. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but in any kind of competition, that is a huge, huge disadvantage. So why in the world does this happen? Well, your muscles have this built-in safety feature. It's called the stretch reflex. And when you try to stretch a muscle that's cold, this reflex kicks in, and it actually causes the muscle to contract and tighten up to stop you from overstretching. So you're literally fighting your own body's defense mechanism. And this brings us to a really crucial point. Not all stretching is the same. The best way to think about this is like having two different specialists on your team, and each one has a very, very specific job to do. And okay, let's just clear up the biggest misconception right off the bat. Stretching is not, I repeat, not your warm-up. A proper warm-up, like a light jog or a bit of biking, is all about getting the blood flowing and literally warming up your muscles. This makes them way more pliable and ready for what's coming next. So the first specialist on your team is dynamic stretching. And just like the name says, this is all about stretching through movement. It actively prepares your muscles for the work they're about to do by taking them through the exact patterns of motion you're going to be using. And your second specialist? That's static stretching. This is the classic grab and hold that you're probably picturing in your head. But its job isn't preparation. It's all about lengthening muscles after your workout to improve your long-term flexibility and help your body recover. This chart just breaks it down perfectly. I mean, just look at the goals. Dynamic stretching is for go time. It's what prepares you for activity. Static stretching is for slow time. It's for increasing flexibility and helping you recover. See? Two very different tools for two very different jobs. So how do we put all this together in a way that actually makes sense? Well, it builds into a super simple new framework. Dynamic for go and static for slow. Let's see how it works. Okay, the easiest way to remember this is what I like to call the workout sandwich. Just think of your actual workout as the filling. You always want to start with a warm-up and dynamic stretching as that top slice of bread, and then you finish with static stretching as the bottom slice to cool everything down. Easy, right? And the results of getting this right are just staggering. I mean, look at this. A massive analysis of over 30 studies showed that a proper warm-up with dynamic stretching can improve your power output by up to 79%. And it's not just about performance either. It also decreases your overall injury risk by 35% and cuts the risk of severe injuries by nearly half. That's incredible. Okay, so we know when to do each type of stretch, but the next big question is for how long, because timing is absolutely key to signaling your muscles in the right way. For those dynamic stretches before your workout, don't think about time, think about reps. You're aiming to activate the muscles, not exhaust them. So about 10 to 12 controlled reps for each movement, like leg swings or arm circles, is pretty much the perfect amount. Then, after your workout, when it's time for those static, hold-it-still stretches, 15 to 30 seconds is really the sweet spot for most muscles. This gives your nervous system just enough time to go, okay, we're safe, override that protective stretch reflex, and finally allow the muscle to relax and lengthen. Now, we all have those really stubborn spots, right? Like tight hamstrings or hips that just don't want to budge. For those, holding a static stretch for up to a full 60 seconds can help achieve a much deeper, more lasting release. It just gives all that connective tissue more time to adapt. Now, this isn't just for athletes or gym rats. These exact same principles are a complete game changer for anyone who works at a desk, which, let's be honest, for a lot of us is its own kind of weird endurance event. The problem is, our bodies just weren't designed for this. Sitting for hours on end creates these predictable patterns of tightness, especially in the chest, the neck, and the hips.
That stiff feeling you get around 3 p.m.? Yeah, that's not just in your head. It's a real physical thing happening in your muscle tissues.
But the solution is surprisingly simple: micro breaks, and lots of them. One study found that office workers who took short, regular stretch breaks reported 41% less neck and shoulder pain. See, the key isn't one long stretching session, it's about consistently breaking that pattern of being still. And you can fight that desk stiffness with this super simple 5-minute routine. Each one of these 5 stretches directly targets those problem areas from sitting. Just do each one for about 60 seconds. And the best part, you don't even have to leave your chair. So, the big takeaway here, the new mental model, is to start thinking about stretching with purpose. It's not just a generic feel-good task anymore. It is a specific set of tools. Use dynamic movement to prepare your body for action, and use static holds to help it restore and recover afterward. By understanding the why, the when, and the how of stretching, you've basically unlocked a powerful tool for better performance, faster recovery, and just overall everyday well-being. The old advice is out and a much smarter approach is in. So the only real question left is, now that you know how to properly prepare your body for movement, what are you going to do with it?